Hello everybody, welcome to Coding with Kiki. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys about print function, variables, and how you can use print function efficiently. Let's get started. What is a variable? In Python, a variable is like a container that stores data. It has a name and holds a value. Think of it as a labeled box where you can put something inside and use it later. How can we declare a variable? Well, it's easy. I will show you guys a little script I will do right here like this. Before we start, I want you to know that these tags are used to comment. You can type everything in it, and when you just run the file, nothing will just come out, and it will just stay the same. So you can use these to remind yourself that there will be a script here or something like this to make you reminded. Let's look at an example. The first thing you want is write something. Like I'm going to write age. Age is nothing now, it's just a text now, and it will just do error if you just do it like this. But for not being like that, you need to make this a variable. So you're going to put 1 equals space 1 equal space, and after that you can do something you want. For now I will do a number. As you can see, we successfully did a variable here. It's colorful, as you can see. I will do a name. Let's do the name Ali, and let's do the height 1.85. Now we're going to check, is this guy a student? As you can see, we can type true or false, but I'm going to type true. And now I will teach you what these things are. First, as you can see, there's something named age, name, height is student. Yes, 4 things right here. And I will do something else right here, as is worker false. Well, this code creates 5 variables because all of them have an equal sign and more. Name is storing a string. In Python we use strings a lot, so remember that every time something like this you see, this is a string. And this age right here, this is an integer. They say integer in Python. And this, because it has a dot in it, this is a floating number or something like that. Floating number float. And these 2 of them are booleans. Well, what is an integer? An integer is a whole number without any dots or any other thing in middle of it that can affect it. Like as you can see, 7 is an integer, or 34 is an integer. Name Ali, this is a string. Strings are text. You write texts by doing one of these, or you can just do two of them if you want. It's based on you, but don't ever do something like one of these, or like nothing in middle of it, because it will just bug all the sentence. The program will think that you're going to do from here to here. So I recommend you to watch your steps before you're doing this. I'm going to use two strings for fun. You can use one string, two one strings, or this type of strings. As you can see, there's something named a floating number, float. This is a decimal number with a dot in the middle of it, like 5.4 is a decimal number. A floating number or a float. 8.57 is a float. I will, in this course, I will call the floating numbers, all of them, I will call them float, because it's easier and faster to do. And what is a boolean? This is something as a true or false value. And as you can see, many times you would want to do numbers and stuff, but sorry, but this has some rules. When naming variables in Python, keep these rules in mind. First, the variable name must start with a letter, like writer.5 equals 4.3. Variable names must start with a letter or underscore. It can't be a number, like if I do 6 water equals 4, this won't work. Or if I do writer 5 equals 32, 33, or everything you want, that won't consider as a variable, and it will just give you a big red error. So I really recommend you to remember these rules. I will write all the rules in the description, so you guys can look from there and type it in a notebook or in your PC, so you don't forget it. And to be honest, you can type everything you want, like this or like this, but when you're doing this, make sure it's readable, because you don't want to type all of this sentence again so you can do a code. It will take so much time, so I recommend you to do it more readable. Yes guys, but don't forget that Python is a case sensitive programming language. That means, like, when you're going to do is student true, you must do the T big letter. If you don't do the T big letter, a small letter, it won't work. Or if it's a false with a wrong letter like this. So it's a good thing to learn what letters start with big and small. Well, most of the letters in Python start with small, so some of them, like false and true, start with big. And guys, don't forget that Python doesn't think about this name and the name up here are the same. This name down here is something very else, and this name up there is something very else. If you guys got what a variable is, let's go and start about what is a print code. Let's start with it. Print. I will do this so I don't forget. You can do this so much times when you're doing a really big code in the future. But for now you don't really need to do that. Let's start like this. If we want to go and make something, the robot, the language will say to us back, we're using print. Well, this is very useful to do. You can like type in middle of here if you want to do a string, something that if you write here it will say like I like bananas. And when you click here, it will just say I like bananas, as you can see. If you want to change it, you can just go and change the thing, or you can just type here again. It's easy, as you can see. And if you want to type a variable, print a variable, you just need to go and type the name of it, the variable that you put. Just think of it, x equals 56. If I in the print statement without a string, we're going to type the name of the variable x. As you can see, PyCharm helps me to do it, as you can see. And if I do run, it will print 56, because the programming thing works like here the program reads all the sentences that are here, and because we said you should print x and x equals to 56, well, you should know, well, the computer types out 56. And here comes again the importance of uppercase and lowercase letters, like this, name and name. If we type, just think Alice, it's Alice here, Alice, yes. Now when you I'm going to type the uppercase name right here. When I'm going to do this, the computer doesn't get that I'm going to do the name up here, named Ally. If I do the both of them same, it will give me an error, as you can see. Don't put the name same, by the way, as told. Now I'm going to print the name, but with the uppercase letter again. And as you can see, there will be an error about name is not defined. Every time we're going to do a code, we're going to see this error so much. So I'm going to tell about it. The name error comes when you don't define object. For defining the object, you need to do a variable. Okay, let's continue now. For not giving a bug, I'm going to do it like name right here. Now, as you can see, you learned how to do the print statement. And there's something in print statement and the variables that you can use. When you're going to assign multiple variables, you don't need to do like s equals 67, e equals 35 or stuff. You can easily just type them by their way, like e equals 25. Put this right here, a comma right between them, and you can do one more here. I will do y. After that, I will define y as 35. Now I'm going to print e and y. Let's do it. Now I'm going to type print e and y. Now Let's see what will happen. I'm going to delete the print up here so we don't get confused. Let's go. Run script 2535. Remember that if you don't put something between them like this, something like this, the code will not get it. So it's worth to looking at it back. And that's it. Now you know how to create and use variables in Python. You can, and I teach you something named print. You can just type and use variables and print them. Try writing some code and experimenting with different values. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like button, and for breaking the algorithm, type a comment. See you in the next video. Happy codings!